And it looks like we are live. What is going on, everybody? I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so if you're coming here from the Discord, I accidentally posted a small typo on the thumbnail, which was quickly corrected, but then YouTube does this thing where it doesn't update it. So instead of a M, it was a K. I promise this is not going to be a live streak. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not disrobing. This is just to celebrate 5K and to say thank you, despite the rather embarrassing typo. But I hope you guys are doing well. T, I don't know what you're waiting for, but hopefully it's not a streak. So yeah, I can't promise I'm gonna do that, but you know, I don't know. We'll see where the next hour to 2 hours takes us. But no, I'll probably keep my clothes on. For anybody who's just jumping in, start from the beginning. Thanks, John. Thank you so much. It's been a wild ride. It's funny because my goal was to hit 5K by the end of the year of 2023, and then I hit 5K, I think either the first or the second of 2024. So I mean that's pretty darn close. I have no real complaints there. That's fantastic. Ooh, Heidi, what's up? Let's see. Andrew, I am here. Thank you, Heidi. Starting Death Stalker today and loving it. Listening to the audio. It is sci-fi by Simon Green. Simon Green is one I've been meaning to try. His Tales from the Night Side, I think if we're talking about the same author, is one I was really interested in, as well as he's got one that's kind of like a riff on James Bond, like Diamonds Are Forever instead of Diamonds Are Forever, which I always thought was, you know, kind of interesting. And I'm glad you like the daily shorts and videos. It was funny. The shorts really started out as a kind of experiment. I wanted to see in like the month of March, if March of 2023, if I could come up with content every day. And turns out I could. And it was only supposed to be for a month, like the challenge. And then I just got into the habit and I never stopped, except for like, I think a week and a half or something in October or November. I kind of pumped the brakes and took a brief pause. What's up, Anitha? Perfect timing as always. And from my heart, actually my heart's over here. From my heart, thank you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, the weirder the better. I did have a few that started out fairly weird, where like I would just get tongue tied, and I would like cut that out of a video and just throw it up there. And those are fun. Those are fun to do. They're fun little accidents when I'm like editing a video, and all of a sudden I find something. I'm like, people are probably gonna find that kind of funny. People got tired of the tongue tied ones though, because I did 3 of them. The first 2 did really well, and the third one completely just went nowhere. Nobody cared. Nobody wanted to see it. Nobody liked it. It was ugh. Anitha, with the live stream on the thumbnail initially said live streak, as in I was going streaking. So that's the typo. It's embarrassing, but you know, it is what it is. Whee! Hi, Patrick. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you for the kind gift that you sent me. You sent me the Darth Bane books, which I read about 10 years ago on mass market paperback, and now I've got the Legends editions, and I can't wait to reread that series. So thank you so much for that nice gift. And it's Zach, the Storytelling Dragon. Everybody go subscribe to this man. He's a new up-and-coming channel. He's a new mod on the Wizards Enclave Discord. He's a wonderful soul. He likes Doctor Who. He likes audiobooks. And keep your eye out. I don't understand how anyone comes up with content for daily videos. I tried for like a week, and it's too much work when you're also trying to write and social media. See, I don't write, and I'm garbage at social media. I am so bad. Like, I still don't fully know how to use Instagram. Like, occasionally I'll just throw up a post. I'll try and do like a reel or a story or something like that, but my brain can't wrap itself around it. And then I'm on Blue Social or Blue Sky or whatever it's called. I never use it. I have Threads. I don't like logging into Threads because it quickly devolved into like, we're going to air quotes models that. We're going to say there's a bunch of models on Threads that really annoys me. It's not what I'm on there for. I'm there for, you know, book stuff. And And so, I mean, that makes it easier. All I have to do is read, work, watch my kids, and then come up with 2 videos a week. And then the shorts are like, I maybe put 10 minutes of effort into those. So I'm glad that they work for people. Yeah, no, for the first 6 months, it was pretty easy. And then it was just like digging a hole. And I was just like, okay, I've kind of scraped the barrel. I need to find a new barrel. So yeah, there's that. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you so much. No, sorry, Patrick. I'm not going to be streaking today. Not today, sir. No, thank you. If that was really my best and last video, oh gosh. I quickly realized as soon as I posted it, I was like, something's wrong there. And then I was just like, oh no, like I thought, because initially I spelled surprise wrong because I'm an awful speller, which is one of the reasons I don't write. And so I like corrected that, but I didn't catch the K in the bottom corner. And yeah, whoops. Zach, I can't wait to see what you do with your channel. You're going to be great. You're going to be great. Hi, Safina. Happy New Year. Congratulations to your channel. Wish you all the best. Same to you. Happy reading. I always look forward to seeing your comment on my video. It's always nice to know that people are watching. I hope you're doing well, and I hope the new year and all of your new reads are treating you good. So, what are people reading? Like, how's the year going so far? I know we're only on like the 5th. But, you know, how's the reading going? Are you optimistic? Are you excited? Hello, Nico. You know, Nico, if you want, I will let you come on so that you can talk to me in person. The offer stands, Nico. Zach the Dragon is great. Yes, we do have an upcoming discussion for Doctor Who and Dungeon Crawler Carl, so that should be fun. I think we're planning on getting some more people into Dungeon Crawler Carl. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, so I so far have finished 2 books. Both of the books that I have finished this year have been carryovers from last year. I kind of got to the end of last year, and I was just like, you know what? I've read 150 books. Goodreads says I've read around 66,000 pages, rounded up. We're going to round that up. And I'm just going to kind of coast. And that's what I decided to do. And then I kind of embraced the whole read your shelf challenge, which I've been kind of talking about on the channel a lot here lately. I think people are going to get tired of me talking about the read your shelf challenge, but I've got 370 books on this shelf that I have not yet read, and I need to get that number down. I'd like to get it to the point where out of all the books on my shelf, I've got 70% of it read. That would be a nice, happy place for me to be. Oh, I'm getting behind on comments. I'm just letting my mouth run. See, we did Nico. The amazing Nicolo. Rereading Elantris and Lord of the Rings. It's been awesome. To the Professor! I'll just cheers the Professor. That's a J.R.R. Tolkien thing. I have books. I just haven't started them yet. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, Bert. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. I am kind of like, here, I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek at tomorrow's short. I'm going to be talking about these books. These are my Q1 reads. These are all the books of series that I'm either ongoing or I've kind of just left hanging for far too long. We've got David Gemmell in there. We've got Christopher Rocchio, Mike Shackle. We've got the Bill Hodges, Stephen King. We've got Eli Monpress. We've got some Riverfall Chronicles. We've got, yeah, all sorts of crap in there. It's tons of stuff. It's around like 30 books right there. Hey, Derek, author of the Voidwalker collection. There we go. I had to look at my shelf for a second because my brain went Digitarium as well. And then there's a third book you just recently released, isn't there, Derek? Yeah. So I've actually been eyeing Voidwalker, and I was like, am I ready for novella number 2? And I've been really thinking about picking up novella, or I guess the collected work I have on the shelf, and reading the second novella because it's been calling to me recently. One Piece and Big Finish were start videos upcoming. Nice. So we got some One Piece content. I saw you got a nice Luffy straw hat, so that'll be exciting for some viewers. And yeah, Big Finish there's so much to unpack with Big Finish. Sure. I don't know how long I'm gonna be going, Nico, but if I'm still going, then absolutely. Hey, Anitha. if Nico's being lazy, you can come on here too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I still consider myself small potatoes. Honestly, Derek, like it doesn't really, like, I don't make a lot of money doing YouTube at all. And I just kind of like interacting with you guys. So that's really why I keep doing this. What's up, Shad? The legend, the man, the myth. I did that all out of order. I'm so sorry. Let's see. I'm excited about 2024 videos from you. What am I currently reading? What I'm currently reading. Where did I put it? Where have I put my books? Oh no. Well, I'm currently reading The Last Light, which is the 5th Last Light. Have I gotten that right? Shotter's Echo, correct me. It's the 5th Wandering Inn book. I'm also reading, I've come back to King of Assassins. Where did I put my books? It's going to bug me until I find them. Oh, are they down here? Yeah, they're all down there. Okay, they're all down there from when I did my Patreon weekly wrap-up. Okay. I'm doing the Book of the Ice, which I'm on the first book there. It's Girl in the Stars. It's okay. It's Mark Lawrence's first book in that trilogy. It's a follow trilogy to Book of the Ancestor. And then I came back to King of Assassins, which is the 3rd book in that one, which will let me finish that trilogy. Thank you so much, Nev's Book Channel. I'm going to be writing that down. I'm going to be looking your channel up here in a second. Where's my pen? I can never find my pen. This is why kids are sometimes evil. They take your pens and then they hide them. Nev's Book Channel. I'm going to check you out. Nev's Book Channel. Yes, I did that with a highlighter. Because the pen is MIA! Thank you so much, Shot. I really appreciate that. It's been, we're almost at 3 years here on the channel. 3 years. It's wild. The Firm by John Grisham. Okay, that's the one John Grisham book that's always called to me. That's one of his courtroom thrillers, right? I think that sounds right. You're happy that, okay, I'm both happy and offended. I'm just kidding. I'm not offended. Starting the Terror by Dan Simmons. I have yet to read a Dan Simmons book, Daniel, but The Terror is one that I'm incredibly interested in. That's the one where they get stranded and then do terrible things to the members of their party, if I remember correctly. I've got all 4 of the Hyperion books down here, mass market paperback, because I love the cover art. But I've also got Drood over there somewhere. Yeah, I can see Drood right there. But I do want to get those omnibus, tall mass, because I don't like mass market paperbacks anymore. They feel weird for me to read. I'm not used to that anymore. And I don't remember where I was going with this. Oh, the collected omnibus editions of Hyperion are kind of calling to me. Umbrage. Yes, Umbrage is your 3rd book. That is correct. That is correct. Thank you so much, Corey. I am glad you found my channel as well. It's always nice when you meet new people. So welcome, and thanks for checking out the channel. And I hope you find some interesting reads, or at least something entertaining, zany, possibly a little off the wall, maybe a little bit weird. Who knows? We'll see what we can do for you. Almost done with Justice of Kings. I think the main character is something. Riveting is an understatement. Nice. I don't have the book. I believe, did I do that one on audio? I think I did that one on audio. Once I'm done with my challenge, I plan on coming back to this trilogy and seeing how it goes. Because the one problem I had with Justice of Kings is I wanted the POV to be somebody else. I liked the main character, but I was just like, oh, that guy over there is really cool. He's got main character energy. I don't know if that makes a sense. He's got main character energy. So I felt maybe if he had been a little less cool, I'd have been a little bit yeah, let's do this. But I heard book 2 is really good as well. I think I still gave book 1 4 stars. So I am not Shad. So what ended up happening is I embraced the read my shelf challenge, and I've been kind of talking about this a lot. And did I mention this either in the Patreon weekly reading wrap up or in a recent video? The format for the Wandering Inn going forward is I'm going to read 50% of a book every month to give myself more time to tackle what's already on the shelves. So I'm going to be reading 1 book every 2 months. which is why I'm now 65%, I believe, into The Last Light. And I just restarted that yesterday, and I've already plowed through 15%. So I'm booking. Booking. I own way too many unread books to actually count. I don't need that kind of you don't need that kind of shelf shame. Ah, there you go. There you go. Shelf shame. I'll give you a lame dad joke. Yeah, no, so I added this 7th shelf last month. 7th shelf? Yeah, this one right here. And so that expanded my capacity, which felt great. And then all of a sudden, like, I was just like, oh no, how many books am I going to have to buy to fill this? And then I kind of looked at it and I kind of went through each individual row and counted. And I've not even, I think I'm right at 50% read on my shelves. And I just need to kind of tweak that a little bit. Where to start? I hate spelling too. Yeah, no, I'm awful at spelling. Ooh, Nico and Andrew duo. I need a drink. You and me both, my friend. You and me both. Aw, thanks, Layla. And for anybody who doesn't know, Layla is Nico's wife. So she gets to call me a loser because she's met me in real life like 5 times. Oh, jeez. Small potatoes are under. No, you guys, like, honestly, subscriber count doesn't really matter that much. As long as you're in the community, you're having good conversations with your friends, you're making friends. Like, I don't know. I found that chasing the numbers anymore, it's not the game anymore. It's not something that you really want to do. It's very bad for the mental health. YouTube pushes that. Like, they're like, hey, chase the bigger numbers, chase those brand deals, chase those royalty money. And like, all that's kind of nice, but that's all side stuff. You want to embrace the community, because if you start looking at numbers, you can start kind of looking at it as like a competition, and then that can lead to burnout and just all sorts of stuff. So, I mean, as long as you're having fun making content, then you're good to go, because you want to be in the community. Because if you get too, how do I phrase this? If you get too far removed from your community, it can be detrimental to content creation. I don't know how to best like articulate that. I believe I already answered that one. Books. I'm reading books. Although I do want to read I've got The Will of the Many on deck, so I will give you that, Safina. Once I'm done with whichever book I finish next, which will probably be Wandering In, I will be doing Will of the Many, and then I've got like 3 buddy reads. No, I've got 4 buddy reads this month. 3 with Murphy, and then 1 with Joanna. Yep, okay, I got it right. It's the 5th one. Let's see. Trying to finish series I started. You and me both. I only finished 6 series last year. And then if I read this stack of books right there, the one I showed you guys earlier, that'll be 7 series that I'll have finished in just the first quarter of the year, which beats out my whole year, which is just ridiculous. Rise of the King 2, If the Companions Codex by R.I. Salvatore. After this trilogy, plan to finish the last 2 in the Red Rising. I still need to read, oh God. You know when you're trying to think of something and all of a sudden it's just gone? Let me know in the comments, what's the latest Red Rising novel? Like, it's just, I'm trying to reach for it and it's not coming to me. Layla. She hates when I do that, by the way. What's up, Ian? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Zach. Oh my gosh, like I'm considering buying the is it the Folio? The Folio Society version of The Hobbit. Mainly because I don't think you can have too many copies of The Hobbit. I don't know if I'm in the minority or the majority, but like I actually prefer The Hobbit to the trilogy. Mainly because it's just, I don't know, it's something timeless about The Hobbit to me. And there's something timeless about Lord of the Rings as well. But I can literally sit there and reread The Hobbit every year for the rest of my life, and it won't get old to me. I love The Hobbit. So I'm actually considering picking up the Folio Society edition of it. Let's see. Dragon claws plus keyboards don't mix. We're talking about typos? Yeah. What's up, Christopher? Thank you so much, my friend. I really, really appreciate that. I'm glad you're not driving and messaging on YouTube. That would be a big no-no. That's unsafe. Drive safe, my friend. Drive safe, and I hope you have a fantastic evening. Thank you so much. Let's see. Have a huge backlog, but now I'm assuming that's a now. All I want to do is keep reading The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I haven't heard of that one. That's a new one. I have not heard of that. I'm assuming it's a lit RPG. There's a lot of reincarnation stuff in the lit RPG genre. I'm noticing that quite a bit. I'm gonna take a drink of water. That's premium content right there. I'm sorry. Read that shelf. I'm trying, Derek. I am trying. I counted my unread books last week. 303 could be better, but it could definitely be worse. Trying to get through those this year and get it down to 250. Yeah, my goal is I set my Goodreads reading goal. Did I do 130? I think I did 130 this year, which is down from, I think last year I started at 100, bumped it to 150 when I realized I can't seem to slow down to read just 100. Which is a me problem. That's a me problem. But if I read 130 books, I would like 100 of the books that I read this year to come from what's already behind me. So that's kind of my goal. And then that would punch that down to 270 unread books out of these 700-ish books that I have on shelf. So I may be continuing this challenge through 2025. I have allowed myself, like, it's not a book buying ban. I have allowed myself to continue series. So if new releases come out in series, if some of my favorite authors drop new books and they're already on the shelf, that's fine. I have also I've been cheating a little bit. And here's the cheat. I have favorite books that I don't own anymore. And so in order to shift the ratio of read to unread, I've been going and buying books that I've already read, but I don't physically own, just to move that ratio, because I'm crazy. But yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. Geez. I'm trying to do the same, just with a smaller shelf. You know what? Like, it's funny. Reading and collecting are two separate hobbies. And I got bit by both bugs, so I wish, like, do I regret having, do I have 6 shelves now? 1, 2, 3. No, I've got 7 shelves. When I first started the channel, I had 2 shelves. So 2 shelves. I actually had one. No. When I first started the channel, how many shelves did I have? I had the one up in my bedroom. Did I have one downstairs? I don't remember. I don't actually remember how many shelves I had. But I am now to 7.5 shelves because I've got I'll just show you my dirty little nook over here. You can kind of see a laptop box and stuff like that. But those are Father's Day gifts, so ignore those. That's me with my kids. My wife had those made, but this is my Stephen King collection. And then there's also classics right behind those books, kind of right through here. So I've got 7.5 shelves. Oh, yeah. Okay, Ian. Yeah, okay. I hear you. I hear you. Michael K. Vaughn is only reading the 500, but I think he has read 80 so far. Jeez, I don't keep up with Michael all that often. Occasionally I'll pop in and watch some of his videos, but that's wild. Thank you. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you so much. I know, Layla. I know. I'm sure I'm behind. Oh, God, I'm like 8 minutes behind on the chat. Forgive me. I like how you focus on indie writers, having added a lot to my TBR. Yeah, and there's still a lot I can showcase. So these 2 shelves used to be just indie, and it's kind of become a little bit more widespread. It's a little bit more chaotic than it used to be because I added that 7th shelf, and then my entire structure kind of just went out the window. So they're a little more diffused. But of the indie I have, I've still only read maybe half of it. So I've still got a lot of indie books to talk about. And honestly, I'm going to keep talking about indie books because I love indie so much. The indie community is fantastic. Thank you so much, Bo. I really, really appreciate it. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you so much, Chris. I really appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't pop up. I'm just now seeing this, so thank you so much. I wasn't ignoring it, and literally I have to scroll. I thought it was supposed to pop in the screen. I've only ever gotten, I think, 4 super chats the entire time I've had my channel. So thank you so much. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. Let's see. When you pop into a live chat, it was always welcome, like Alan, because you were so funny. Thanks, Heidi. I'm glad somebody thinks I'm funny. My wife does not. I think I'm funny. My wife, she could deal without some of my humor. But I think I'm hilarious, so thank you. I mean, hey, I'm not going to stop you, T. All right. Lightbringer. There we go. That's what it is. Lightbringer. I wanted to say peace something, and I was like, it's not. That's not that. That's the wrong title. I do need to read Lightbringer because I heard even if other people like me who had problems with Iron, Gold, and Dark Age, like Lightbringer was a return to form, which actually gives me a lot of hope. So I'm very excited to read that one. I only finished 1 series, if you mean fully completed, and I caught up on a few others. You know what? Getting caught up, there's so many series out there on the go now. There's nothing wrong with just getting caught up. Like, I think if I just tried to get caught up, I'd have probably, I mean, I've got books that I could have put on here. Probably at least another 3 or 4. I know some of my favorite authors in the indie community and in the trad community. I've probably got 15 to 20 books that I'll just be adding to my shelves just from new releases in series I already have. Although I am planning, if I can, I hope I can get the Stone of Farewell. That's the second book in Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. So when Grim Oak Press does their drop, I'm hoping to get that. But we'll see, because like the people who did the pre-orders get 15 days head start on me. So by the time it drops on regular, I'd probably be just gone. I'm also trying to move forward and have more fun. I read that completely wrong. I am going to try and have more fun reading this year. 2023 seemed to be a slightly checklist oriented. Yeah, my first quarter is a bit checklist oriented because I want to wrap up old stuff that I have on the shelf. But after that, like, it's just the world is my oyster type of deal, I guess. Like, it's just, I can just dive into so many series. I've got probably 30 or 40 series on my shelves. Oh, I should do a video on, when you have a good idea, maybe. Oh God, I can't read highlighter. That is awful. Unread series on my shelf. I don't know if I've done that video yet, but I'm writing it down just in case, because it sounds like a good idea. Thank you, Daniel. Even if you didn't directly give me the idea, you were the inspiration behind it. Thank you so much. It's fine, Chris. I hope you have a great evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tori. Thank you. Tori is one of my best friends here on BookTube. If you're not subscribed to her, you 100% should be. She's part of the reason I'm doing the Read My Shelf challenge thing, because frankly, these shelves are out of control. Bo, I need to start going to the gym, so you're doing better than me. Ugh. I feel like I have just been rather sedentary. As soon as it got cold here in Indiana, I used to go on like 5-mile walks a day while I just listened to audiobooks. And because it's cold, I haven't been doing that because I'm a big wuss. But, we'll see what happens. I've been walking around my house because, it's heated. But that gets really boring really fast. And my daughter likes to follow around me and like just talk to me. A lot of times we just walk around the house holding hands while I get my steps in. It's so cute. Let's see. How do you keep yourself from being distracted when reading? In the past few months, I find myself having a harder time focusing on books I'm loving and excited to read. I'm actually struggling with the same issue right now. That's what happened with The Girl in the Stars. Literally last night, I'm sitting there reading, and I'm just like, this is all right, but like maybe I could read something else. So a lot of the time, it's just powering through. Yeah, I mean, it's different for everybody. Honestly, like you can either take breaks, or a lot of the times I find if I have my phone anywhere near me, I find that incredibly distracting. And so I'm trying to get into the habit of quite literally just putting my phone either out of my reach or where I can't see it. And I'm finding that that is helping me a great deal lately. So maybe that's something to try, is just get your phone away from your person, because I am finding myself incredibly distracted here lately. Hello, Shadia. I'm sorry I'm so behind. Thanks, Daniel. It's fine. My folio, yeah, my folio society. Here's my folio shelf. I went from just this for like 2 years, and I recently picked up all of these. I've got The Neverending Story, Pet Cemetery, The Shining, Misery, Dune, His Dark Materials, the follow-up trilogy, which I believe is called The Books of Dust. Yeah, The Book of Dust right here. And those are my folios. I want to pick up more, but I'm trying to be a good boy. And I'm struggling with that, though. Because, well, frankly, the last time I bought folio, it went to my old house where I don't live anymore. And then I had to, you'll hear the story in the upcoming book haul that I need to upload. It's completely edited. I just need to make the thumbnail and upload it. But basically, like, I ordered the folio, and I was like, man, this folio is taking a long time to get here. So I went online and checked the tracking, just because it had kind of left my mind. And it had gone to a house where I no longer live. It was like $300 in books. And it was my Christmas gift for my wife. And I had to go over there, knock on the door. They wouldn't let me like get the books then. They said, we're a little busy right now. We think we might know where this package is. You can come back later today. So I had to kind of go back home. I had like huge anxiety until they called me, and they're like, okay, we've put it on the front porch. You can come get it. And I was just like, great. And all it was like, for some reason, they won't remove my old address from the file. So even though the billing address was correct, the shipping address was wrong. Irritating. Huge anxiety. Thank you. It's funny because I still remember the first time Alan ever saw my channel name, and he said it reminds me of the Wizards of Waverly Place. Oh gosh, I'll never forget that. Shot, it's so good. I love Superpowers. I love it so much. Ada Palmer, that's one I haven't heard of. So ping me on Discord what that one is, because I am going to forget, and I'd like to look into it and just see what it's about. I also have the Alan Lee box set. It's up here in the corner, where I'm probably going to blind out the lights. But you can see my lighting right there. You can kind of see it. Let's see if I can get it in frame. Right there. It just kind of stays up there. That's where it lives. Wow, I look like Casper the Friendly Ghost. Very good. Yeah, I want to get the new illustrated edition as well. Like, I want like 3 or 4 copies of The Hobbit. I love The Hobbit. I can't get into The Hobbit because I won't stop talking about The Hobbit. Yeah, you just can't have too many copies. I like the new game plan for The Wandering Inn, more sustainable in the long run. Yeah, I think it's going to definitely help, because I mean those books are just so big. But like, if you like the character work and you like the world and you like the story, then that's not an issue. But when you've got prior commitments and other series to read, having that much to just sink your teeth into, if I give The Wandering Inn all of my attention, I won't finish reading anything this year other than The Wandering Inn, because it's so long. Nice. 120 books is really good, Chad. Yeah, no, it just continues to grow. It just continues to grow. Daggerspell by Catherine Kerr is classic fantasy that is all about reincarnation. I know that name. I know Catherine Kerr. There are magic dwarfs, etc. in the 1980s. Again, with my handy dandy highlighter that I'm going to struggle to read, I'm going to write that down. Daggerspell. Thank God you can't see my atrocious handwriting. It's terrible. All right. I want to read Dagger Spell. Well, okay. Hey, speak of Joanna, and she appears. Thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah. No, my wife doesn't really find me all that amusing. Nico, with the Read My Shelf challenge, that is incredibly likely that I will read Lord of the Shattered Land. I've got them here. I'm going to keep turning the camera because at least I know where those are. They are right here. There's both of them right there. See? There's Hanavar. Howard Andrew Jackson. Howard Andrew Jones. I don't know why I said Jackson. Maybe he just needs some really bad pickup lines. Funny story, I actually sent her. There's an Instagram dude who does really weird pickup lines. And I sent that to her today, and she got a chuckle out of that. So she thought that was funny. And if you don't know what Derek's talking about, Nico has 2 videos on his channel where he sits his wife right next to him, and she has to listen to him deliver bookish pickup lines while she just hates it here the entire time. It's fantastic. You should all go subscribe to his channel and then watch specifically those 2 videos. He's also got a Mr. Buttons review video, which is still probably one of my favorite videos that Nico has ever done. Love that video. I probably watched it like 10 to 15 times. Oh, it's fantastic. Go subscribe to Nico. He's the only reason I'm here. He bullied me into starting my channel. How many hours a day do you read on average? Well, I recently got a YouTube comment that told me that audiobooking isn't reading, but I'm going to ignore that. And so I probably audiobook for 4 hours a day on general, and that's with pausing and stopping. But 4 hour, a chunk of 4 hours of audio, usually at 1.5 speed. And then I will probably read physically for another hour or 2 in the evening. Depends on what I can kind of squeeze in. But that's kind of where I'm at. Colin's Corner, congratulations. You deserve all of the love and support, man. Thank you so much, Colin. Such a wonderful addition to the our bookish community. I really appreciate that, Colin. Thank you so much. Derek, there is a part 2. I believe there is, in fact, a part 2. You just got to go hunting for it, unless Layla made him take it down. Yes, I do know that Stephen Arian is doing that. I know Stephen. I've interviewed Stephen twice. And, of course, I'm actually blurbed on the inside of Judas Blossom. If I can not knock over my Malcolm Reynolds gun. Here's my Judas Blossom by Stephen Arian. Where am I? You'll see me right there. So I could probably talk to Stephen about that. It depends on the times. I'm not super available here in the next few months, but we'll see what happens. I've got quite a lot of trips coming up. I'm actually planning on going to see Nico in the next couple of months. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Tori. You were right. Let's see. When did this happen? 6:59. I mean, hey, I did it in 9 minutes, so I think that's good. All right. Thank you so much, Kay. Yeah, I just decided to do it in the spur of the moment. My kids have been in my hair all day. I love them very much. My sister-in-law kind of saw I was getting a little frazzled. My wife's at work this evening. She's like, hey, you want me to take them out for the evening? And I was just like, I mean, if you want to. And then in that moment, I was like, you know what? I could do my 5K live show. Why not? And that's kind of how this just came about. And it's going swimmingly. Swimmingly, I say. All right. I don't. Oh, yeah, phone jail. That's one of those things where, like, you put it in there and, like, then it's, like, locked for a certain amount of time. That would give me anxiety, and then I wouldn't be able to focus on reading. But, like, quite literally, if I'm listening to audio, one of the things I'll do, just to kind of return to that, is I will put my phone on the counter, and then I will go to a different room since, you know, I've got, like, 30 or 40 feet of range on Bluetooth. And then that way I am listening to my audiobook and I'm not on social media or Discord or things like that. And that really has been helping me focus in. My sonic screwdriver is broken, Zach. Speaking of, where is it? I know you saw it. I've got the 11th Doctor Sonic Screwdriver. Ah, here it is. This is an actual, like, you can tell the battery's dead. 11th Doctor Screwdriver. This was an actual screwdriver. So you can see there's a little port in the bottom where you would take out your screwdriver and then you would slot it in. So my Sonic screwdriver is a screwdriver. And then, like, it was only held in place together with, like, a little ball and what a bearing, a small bearing. I guess that's what you would call it, not a ball. Get it together, Andrew. But that popped out and broke, and it made me very sad that day. But I still have it. I kind of want to get the 14th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver because I think that would be awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. Mike is one of the huge inspirations for me starting my channel as well. So thank you so much, brother. I hope you're doing well, and you're absolutely killing it. You deserve all 100. I think you're at 105,000 subscribers. You deserve every single one of those, my friend. Zach, it's Fred is amazing. I know Fred is getting ready to wrap up here soon, but I mean, Superpowered's year 2, 3, and 4 are even better than year 1. It's so good. I can't. You think I'm flexing? Urgh, look at these non-existent biceps. Flex. Oh no, yeah, I don't. It's whatever. You could look at it as a financial irresponsibility. There you go. Let's see. Ah, jumped on me. Shad, the audio is good for Welsh. I wonder what we are talking about, but yes. Am I going to be reading The Last King of Oceanard this year? I know that there was a delay with the final book, and it's weird because I used to have them on my shelf, and then I got mad at the new cover art because they don't match whatsoever. Like, you couldn't have even hired an amazing artist. It didn't have to be an exact match. Like, obviously, Michael Whalen is a hard person to follow up, but real art would have just gone. Even if Michael Whalen was out of your price range anymore, if Tad's books weren't selling like they were supposed to. Why am I ranting about art when you asked if I'm just going to read it? It was a yes or no question. Probably not this year. Unless it is being finished this year, then that may push me over the edge because I have been curious about it ever since it was announced. I read Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn back in 2016, and I really, really enjoyed it. I actually read it with my uncle right before he passed away. So the series is very incredibly special to me. And I've read a lot of Tad Williams' books. In fact, one of my favorite books of all time as a kid was The City of Golden Shadow by Tad Williams. I had a book club edition that I had duct taped together because I read it so many times that it literally fell apart. Now, it was a book club edition, then falling apart. It happens. It's not that hard to do. But I've probably read City of Golden Shadow 4 or 5 times. I love that book. It's so cool. Dagger Spell is free and audible. Thank you for the information. Stop, John. Layla, never. I refuse. I will always tell people that those videos exist because they are exquisite. Your pain in those videos is just, like, I'm sorry that you had to endure that, but made for great entertainment, my friend. Great. Yeah, see? T says that they are fantastic. Yes, Nico. In fact, how would you feel if I bring them up every single live show I do? I'm not going to do that, but it would be great. Oh yeah, no, Derek, the second one exists. I know I'm well behind on the chat again, but I'm 8 minutes. I've caught up by a whole minute. Yep, there's 2. Super iconic, just iconic. In fact, we need an episode 3. I demand an episode 3. Make it a series. Bring it back. Somebody put the audiobook comment on my channel as well. What is the... Oh, yeah. What are things I hate about books? What do you mean? If you mean like some things I don't like about books, one of the things I don't like about what Amazon... I think it's KDP. I could have it wrong. There's Ingram Spark and there's KDP. They don't put, here, I'll just use this as an example. A lot of the books these days are missing the reinforcement along the spine that you kind of see right here. You see that little cloth kind of checkered. I don't like that that is now being removed because it adds some structure and support, especially for heavier books. And that was one of the problems I had with Dragon Mage, was it was a 900-page book held in place by 2 pieces of paper that were then glued to the cover boards. And it was literally starting to pull away, which is why I backed the Kickstarter. I'm very excited for this Kickstarter. So whenever that arrives, because I've seen the proofs of it, and that's going to be amazing. My Wi-Fi just dropped a little bit, so hopefully I kind of came through clearly. I also am not a huge fan of all the different sizes of books. Like, it makes for interesting kind of eye movement on the shelf, but I want my books to all be the same. I also like matching spines, consistent cover art, things of that nature, like all of that stuff. Fake stickers, I hate fake stickers. Like, everybody hates fake stickers because there's no reason for them to be there. Mad respect, Jake. Yeah, Mike, I'm just a chatterbox today. I'm just getting chatty. I'm so sorry. Yeah, the bigger channels when referencing Mike. Yeah. What can I say? I'm the worst. I'm the absolute worst. I hope I'm still cool to hang out with him now that he's in the super echelon. I am not. And Tori, you know, best friends forever. Like, we ain't going nowhere. Can't wait to see how he treats us at 10K. Oh God, I don't know how. Like, I'm actually nervous about 10K. If it is, and I just said earlier, the numbers don't matter. That fills me with anxiety because, like, I don't know, that's a milestone. Like, 5K is a milestone, and then I feel like the next milestone is 10K, which is double what I have now. So that would be interesting, but we'll see. Oh, Nico, you want to hop in? Sure. If anybody wants a link, just let me know. And when I get to you in 10 minutes, I'll go ahead and add you in. I'm running over to Nico, and I'm going to drop that link. There we go. Boom. We might get a Nico here soon. All right. And we're back to the chat. Yeah, it is a very cool screwdriver. So the Ronin is Q2. You can see right here, Travis Herman, and I literally got this off of your recommendation, I believe. They are right here, and we're going to add Nico. Boom. There we go, Nico. Hi. Is this a new
link? No link or anything. No way.
I'm so behind on the. You want me to just skip everybody's comments and jump?
You said something like at the beginning when I first hopped in.
Well, you said you were going to eat dinner, and I was just like, oh, okay. Yeah. Like, I didn't know how long I was going to be going. Apparently, I'm just too darn chatty today.
I don't have a setup here, so you're facing junk behind me.
Oh God, I hate it, Mike. I hate it so much. I've actually got, what's the ones I've got? And this might push me to get the last 2 or 3. I've got these editions of the Asian Saga where it's kind of like black and white, and I love them. So I might be going and buying those secondhand if I have to. Because darn it, like, I'm not going to be doing that. They have to match. Yeah, no, y'all got hardcovers and you're just too cool. Number 1, H.C. Newell. I've got H.C. Newell's 3rd book on its way, hopefully here soon. I got my hardcover. I've been wanting it for like a month and a half on my book here. There we go. Of course, I'm going to place prominence right here. Curse of the Fallen, H.C. Newell. I'm number 1 fan. Oh, heck yeah, Mike. I'll shoot you an invite. Why not?
All right. I've got a halfway. It's good enough.
Boom. We've invited a Mike into the chat. Luckily, this time I am not going to be you know, eating anything particularly spicy. Oh, Nico, look, #1 fan is in the chat. My #1 fan. Look at those beautiful shells, Nico.
Look,
I can't
I
wait to come and
mean,
enjoy them.
you merely adopted the Andrew. I was born into it. Melded by it.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'm getting called out for skipping a bunch of comments.
How dare you?
How dare I?
How dare you?
I'm the worst. Okay. I didn't know you were also. See, now I'm reading them backwards, and it's incredibly amusing. I want to make sure I actually sent that to Mike. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. Let's see. Quick type. Lots of comments, so he gets super far behind. Very mischievous. Y'all are scheming. Y'all are. That's just rude. So rude. What hoodie are you wearing there, Nico? Is that Tuttles?
It is.
I see you wear that. You wear that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's an orchard here in Indiana that we've gone to 2 years in a row. They've got apple picking. They've got this huge playground that my kids love. Hi, Layla.
And we match.
And you match. How you feeling?
We actually had a random guy in Target come up to us, and apparently him and his family are really big into going to orchards, and so he thought that he just didn't know about some orchard nearby that we must like work at or something, and we're like, no, we just happen to be both wearing Tuttle Orchard sweatshirts. It's in Indiana.
Weird, but yeah.
Yeah, you should tell him to come to Indiana.
We told him where it was, but he was just really confused.
Right after we got back from Indiana, the first time we went to Tuttle's, I wore this hoodie to work, and a lady stopped me in the hallway, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, is that from Indiana?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I'm from there." And then she asked me a million questions. I'm like, "I know nothing more. That's it." She's like, "Oh,
there's a huge orchard, and I forget the name of it, but it's like an hour from my house instead of Tuttle's, which is like 20 minutes. And we went there for the first time this year.
We haven't been to one in Iowa because apparently none exist here. We have to drive 8 hours.
Maybe there are some.
No, Nico, shut your mouth. Yeah, you got to drive 8 hours to come.
Definitely only can go to Tuttle's in Indiana.
Yeah, we'll drive 8 hours with a 2-month-old child, 3-month-old child this year.
Alara's going to be perfect. It'll be fine.
It's a good life lesson.
Yeah, she's going to be a little devil. Also, stop telling people that pickup line video exists, or I won't love you anymore.
No, I, you know what? Like, we might actually live stream that video just so Mike can see it.
Is that a thing that you can do?
I could 100% do that.
Not.
I could 100% share my screen and watch bad pickup lines. I don't know if the volume would come through.
I feel like everyone, your entire audience is gonna leave, but
I won't leave.
I don't know, Mike. Where do you fall on bad pickup lines, like cheesy ones?
I think all of mine would be bad at this point because it's been like 15 years since I dated. So it would all be awful now.
Do you find them amusing?
I don't know. I feel like it's so hard for introverts to actually talk to a girl. So watching them go down in flames, probably, unless they're just intentionally using them bad on purpose. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, like intentionally bad pickup lines.
I mean, if it works, who am I to criticize?
Essentially, what we're saying is Nico's got 2 videos on his channel that we need you to promote on your channel because it's got 100,000 subscribers, where he sits his wife right next to him and does bad bookish pickup lines.
I feel like there's a market for that. There's definitely a niche that you could find, I think, with a video.
He brought it up not long ago, and there were so many people that were like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" Because they're old videos.
Oh yeah.
I have some random ones like that, and it's every now and then people remember they exist and start talking about them again. But I went back and watched them. Like, they are terrible, but I thought it was funny. And her reaction to just hating every minute of it, I feel like upped the enjoyment level for me.
Just like another day at home.
Torturing your wife. I've considered bringing my wife on the channel and doing that to her. It would not go well.
I'm convinced she would fight you live on the internet, and I would pay big bucks for it.
She might. She's a hockey player.
I could see it. She
Just an Asian hockey player just checked me right out of my chair.
I love her so much. She should do
I'm
it.
sure she could beat you up, Andrea.
100%.
She probably could.
Not even probably, like definitely.
In fact, I'm gonna ask her to, because you have hurt my feelings by telling everyone that those videos exist. So I'm gonna text her right now.
You're saying that tomorrow's short should be promoting Nico's bad pickup lines with my 5K subscribers.
Andrew,
Jeez.
I'm gonna riot. Absolutely not.
How's the year started out for you, Mike?
Getting back to work. Feel like it's that first week back at work. You got everything kind of caught up, and nobody cares about that boring shit. I assume you mean reading.
Yes, reading.
Well, I'm reading Assassin's Fate, which I know you have very, very hot takes about.
Nico and I both have those takes. And
I'm also reading Shogun at the same time. And, honestly, and I know this is going to upset some people because I know people love Assassin's Fate. Shogun is just on another level. So I've been paying much more attention to Shogun than I have to Assassin's Fate. I'll show you how far I am in each. That doesn't look like very much on Shogun, but that's actually quite a bit.
Oh, yeah. That's like 300 pages, isn't it?
Oh, I think like 270. But yeah, about that. Yeah, it's a big boy. 272.
It's a good book.
No, it's great. It's amazing.
Chapter 40 might catch you a little off guard.
Chapter 40, it's so popular that you remember the chapter number.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that the chapter that I'm assuming it is?
If Tori's in the chat, she can back me up.
Well, don't spoil it for the kids at home, but I've seen the miniseries. Is it something that I will be familiar with when I see it?
I don't know if it's going to be in the miniseries. It was
the thing that I'm learning.
If they included that in the miniseries, I need to watch it for the giggles.
No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Oh, but I thought you meant the miniseries. No, the miniseries it's aged. It came out in 1980, so it's almost as old as I am. So it's going to be kind of funny. But I think it's entertaining for something that was on television at the time. So, but I'm very excited about the new series because unlike that one, they're actually going to show us the Japanese point of views.
Yeah.
And I'm reading this. I'm like, wow, they didn't do none of this in the miniseries that I watched. It was all just Blackthorn in the series that I watched. And
Blackthorn's only like half of the page count.
Yeah, you didn't get anything. So I was like, characters that I was watching the miniseries, and I'm like, I don't understand why this character's acting that way. Oh, I'm learning now. I'm learning why those characters were acting that way. So it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it.
Oh yeah,
I feel like I'm watching the director's cut now. While I'm reading it.
the extended edition.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. So that's how you started out the year.
Yeah. I'm splitting it into 3 months, and I know some people weren't crazy about me doing that, but I'm like, tough shit. It's a 1,400-page hardcover, and I'd like to read more than just that in January, and February. So I split it into 3 parts. There's 6 parts. I'm doing like 1 and 2, then 3, which is massive. Then 4, 5, 6.
Hi, Evie.
Howdy.
Oh, I gotta leave now. I'm kidding.
I mean, I understand, Nico. So.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing good. I decided to do just impromptu live stream. Oh, I have to hold on now. She's so mean to me.
I'm gonna have the stream still going in the background. Whoop.
It happens. What are you reading?
I am at the tail end of my reread of Children of Dune. So.
Oh, I wish I'd known you were starting it.
Oh, well, surprise! I started
Surprise! I would have read it with you.
I call it a reread, but it's been literally 21 years since I read it, so it's basically
21 years.
Yeah.
All the way when you were 3 years old.
Oh, that's so sweet, Andrew.
Hey, Zach.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing
Can
all
you hear
right?
me okay? Yep.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Perfect. Okay.
Sean has words for Evie. How dare you crash the party? I mean,
this is what happens when we share a StreamYard account.
Yeah, I know. Evie's got good at it.
I didn't realize you were still doing that.
Yeah.
It makes it so much better.
She hasn't fired me yet.
Because it's way too expensive.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe I should find some others who want to do that. That'd be a good idea.
I mean, honestly, Evie's a superhero for doing it. So I greatly, yeah, it's a party, Sean. Anybody bring their sparklers, their boozy drinks, their chamomile tea?
I have a cranberry Sprite.
Hey,
I got my nice
you should put
Kirkland.
Ryan Cahill on here so I can completely embarrass him again.
Oh gosh, that was great. I got comments about how much people
texting me
loved
about
that.
how hilarious he found that whole thing. So he had a good time with it. So
I mean,
I
that
might
wasn't
actually
me.
have to leave.
I told you about this, Nico.
Yeah. If it would have been me, that would have gone much worse. Is
like
all I
Ryan.
will
Like,
say.
I've interacted with Ryan multiple times. He is an amazing individual.
yeah.
What are you currently listening to, Zach?
Oh, well, a little bit of everything. I don't know. I've been rereading One Piece because I'm doing like a Why I Love One Piece video because I don't know. Mike's video got me inspired, and Alan's video got me inspired, and you starting the live
It's so
action.
weird to me that Andrew, if we told you a year ago that Mike's One Piece video inspired someone else to do something, you'd be like, what? Wait, he inspired him not to read it?
No, I think
that's still new to me.
No, I think the fact that you're basically doing it just for your son is just super sweet. So I think that's awesome.
I mean, that's how it started. Now I really enjoy it. In fact, he keeps trying to tell me spoilers. I'm like, shut up. Because he's like in I don't know, episode 500 or something now. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh yeah, I'm sure he's like in Water 7 or wherever. But yeah, you'll get to the good stuff soon.
Well, he's been telling me, hey, you got to get to Sky P. I want to talk to you about Sky P. And now I stopped because I'm waiting for Philip to catch up, and he's pissed. So.
Oh, that was the first I heard of it. When I heard that Philip was doing it, I fist bumped in the air yes!
He's gonna I'll be like, hey, I have a good time with this, and he'd be like, well, actually, the psychological level, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, I just liked it where you punched the guy in the face.
Oh, good.
That's honestly
yes.
That's Luffy's go-to move. Is you were mean, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
You were mean to my friend, I punch you in the face. Yeah.
Corey, I have not read it yet, but hopefully in the next couple of years I can. I'm assuming you saw it right down here.
So obviously, then, because I just watched your December wrap up. What was it? Steel
Sky.
No.
Yeah, Steel Sky.
It didn't turn you off from her writing.
No, that's an early one of her works, and the
okay.
whole that trilogy is rated much lower than Velocity Weapon. Did I get tongue-tied? Velocity Weapon. There we go. The Protectorate. It didn't turn me off of it. I think the vibe that she was going for was just something that wasn't really my thing. And so, no, I'm good with Megan E. O'Keefe. I want to say Megan O'Keefe. I don't like adding the E in there. But yeah, no, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna give her works another try. And I've got Blighted Stars or Blighted Sky or whatever that one's called as well on audio.
I know. Angela from Literature Science Alliance read the Velocity Weapon series, whatever that one's called, and she really liked it. So
nice. I need to catch up with Angela. I haven't really interacted with Angela in a while.
She's been super busy with moving.
I basically have a little corner here that I crawled into for the last 6 months, and I just don't really leave it.
I keep getting distracted with other things that I find. I'll see the new shiny, like I was saying in the chat about how I got reincarnated into a slime, and I'm like, ooh, and then the backlog just grows and grows and grows.
Yeah, that stuff is dangerous, man. Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you. Just constantly starting new series is like the bane of my existence, which is why I've kind of been embracing the read my shelf thing, just because I've got so much stuff on here. Like I've got a whole bunch of Matthew Corbett books that Scott's been trying to get me to read for a while. Well, he doesn't really bug me on it.
He finally got me, and Speak Sniper was really good. So yeah.
Oh, Queen of Bedlam's even better.
Speak Sniper, that's another thing I need to do. Yeah, I've been wanting to read that.
Andrew, I was just gonna say, Andrew, you need to read to add another series to your TBR. You need to read The Black Company. Like you need to.
Does it help that I read 2 1/4?
Oh, did you? Did I miss
that? Probably you've heard this one before. He DNF'd it.
Yeah.
I missed that. I missed that. Okay. No. makes
missed
sense
it too. I
now.
just assumed it's
Okay.
Andrew.
It makes sense why I love it so much because Andrew DNF'd it. Got it.
I read that back when Mark was reading it. Mark from Slowly Read.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was years ago. I
That
read
was
the
years
first
ago.
3.
I can
Uh,
barely
It's
remember what I did
semi-retired
last
from
week,
the food, so yeah,
so
it's been a while.
forgive me.
I liked the first 3, but not enough that I really wanted to commit to the rest of the series.
Y'all are
Yeah.
haters. It's great.
See, but me, it's like the things I was saying I wasn't like about Malazan is what everybody told me. Well, then you ain't gonna like Black Company because it's all of that. And I'm like, oh, well. So I was like, I didn't take it off my list, but I said I'm gonna kick it down the road a bit.
So, if you like take this with a grain of salt because I only read 1 1/4 of the Malazan books. I read Birds of the Moon and a little bit of Dead House Gates, but from everything that I've been told, if you like the Marines, like Whiskey Jack and them, you'll like the Black Company, which is accurate because I loved Whiskey Jack and their storylines, and I love the Black Company because it's all military fantasy, the banter, the kind of dialogue and stuff, military dialogue. So
fair enough. It took me until I think I had to ask somebody because there's a term in there called the rebel. Yeah, Nico knows what I'm about to complain about.
Oh, okay. My memory is being jogged. Okay, I get. Yeah.
So there's the villains go by titles. The person, So I just assumed the rebel was one of them, and so I read half the book incorrectly because it's Vietnam speak of the enemy. It's the hordes. It's them. It's the opposition. But I just read the rebel as it's one of these powerful wizards over here. I was like, what do you mean? There's thousands of them.
Iron Goblin, sir.
Say what?
He was mad about it too. He was so mad about it. I remember. So I'm like, it's like, the Viet Cong. That was something they said in the Vietnam War. And he's just like, no, it's dumb. I don't like it. And it's just like, he was so mad about it.
I kept reading. I kept reading for Mark.
It was just like, because the first book is all first person. And then the second the second book, it's half first person, half third. And I was more interested in the separate third person narrative, personally. And then the third book was just weird. And like, I still kind of liked it, but the whole thing was like 3.5 for me. And I had the rest of the bind ups, but then some people say the middle ones aren't very good. And then I'm just like,
even Alan was just like, oh yeah, I like 4 of the 9 books.
And so that was very, I just got to the point where I'm like, I don't feel like I'm in it enough to read the ones that aren't supposed to be as good just to get to the good ones. So I never got back to it, and I ended up unhauling.
There's very few series that I've actually gotten mad at. Black Company was one of them. Witcher was one of them. Poppy War was another. And there might be a fourth that's not on the top of my head right now.
Children of Time, I think he got mad at.
I was disappointed in Children of Time.
Yeah.
And specifically book 2.
Yeah.
Book 1 for me was a pretty big disappointment.
So, well, I mean,
yeah,
I mean, if you're not into that particular vibe and what it's going for, then yeah. But basically, he takes those ideas and recycles them in book 2. So when I heard there was a third book, I was like, why? I got like 40% in, and it was like watching paint dry. I was like, you just did this. But instead of spiders, it's jellyfish.
Oh.
Like,
See, that would actually be interesting, but if he just didn't recycle it. But yeah.
Yeah, so Tchaikovsky was definitely the kid who collected bugs when he was a kid, huh? Yeah.
He's the insect guy even now as an adult.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew next to nothing about him, just so that everybody recommends him to me. So
listen, y'all can hate on Cradle. I love Cradle. Okay?
Oh my gosh.
If
I am
to each your own. I
like Cradle too.
I would like that. I have no idea why they thought that I would like that.
It was cool. It was explosive, but if you don't vibe with it, you don't vibe with it. And honestly, if you're not an audiobook guy and you don't listen to Travis do it, like Travis adds like a star to each book.
But we agree on some things, Mike, because I am a huge Dresden fan and I wear a Dresden necklace all the time, 24/7.
No, Dresden's great, but man,
Oh,
I just don't understand.
I can't do Dresden. I've tried.
You see, I knew Nico would have that response.
I've tried. I'm just not into the whole pulpy noir thing, and I just can't stand the character and his monologues. And it's like every time he describes a woman, like my eyes roll so hard, I think I'm gonna pass out. And it's just like,
you might want to see a doctor.
You see, and my doctor loves Dresden, and she is...
to be fair, I don't really like urban fantasy in general. So like there wasn't a lot going for me with Dresden, and it's not my thing. I get what people like it. It's just not my thing. Same with Cradle. I don't hate it, but it's just not for me.
Listen, it's okay for both of you to be wrong, okay?
Yes. You at least like Dungeon Crawler Carl, Nico, so you are forgiven.
That is the exception. I don't understand why I love that so much. It surprises even me every time I talk about it because I love it so much. And it's not
I buy all 6 Dungeon Crawler Carl books and just send them to Mike.
Yes.
I don't know anything about them, so okay.
Oh, dude.
Just kind of jump in. You have to do audio though. I can't imagine.
No, he won't. He won't do audio.
He won't do audio. But
people don't understand. I'm not being stubborn. I won't understand anything that I just heard. I won't remember anything. I'll be like, wait, what happened? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, back like 4 chapters ago. I don't remember what I listened to. So.
John of Talking Story just did Dungeon Crawler Carl on basically physical, and he still liked it, and it was his number 6 of the year. So
yeah,
it's possible.
You can like it. Basically, it's I can't really use the term system apocalypse because people are mad at Taiwan, but because that's one of the name of his series, and there's a whole trademark thing, and he sued and whatever. But basically, it's the apocalypse will be televised, and it's the aliens have terraformed Earth. They notified you 100 years ago that they were going to do it. Well, I might be mixing that up with Jake's Magical Market, but anyway, they come in and they annihilate like 80% of the human race right off the cuff. And then they create a subterranean dungeon and they turn it into a giant video game where they make them crawl the dungeon for their amusement. The main character has a cat that becomes sentient. He runs around in his boxers, and the AI is a bit of a perv.
The main character runs around in boxers, or the cat does?
Oh, the main character.
Okay.
But that's because when it happened, he wasn't like his cat jumped out of the window and he jumped after the cat, and that's what saved his life.
Yeah.
And then the dungeons opened, and the AI thought it was funny to give him equipment that would keep him in his boxers because the perks were better on the boxer equipment.
Yep.
Andrew, are you going to do that Wandering In thing that everybody else is doing this year?
I'm 5 books in, man.
Yep, he is. He did.
Of what, 140? Because what I understand, it's like never ending or something, right?
So right now, I think Pirate's saying it's around 2/3 done.
Yeah, and
it's kind of
volume 10 is coming out.
Yeah, volume 10 is coming out, but it's currently published on ebook. There are 12 books and maybe 13, but there's 33 books worth of content. So it's something to just kind of enjoy in the long run, honestly.
Yeah, you can just read it in, just read a couple chapters a day. It's all free on her website too. So, if you just want to read it, which, you could do that too.
Yeah, basically it's a series where like ignore the length, try the first book. If you like the characters, if you like the world, great, continue. If you don't, pull the ripcord.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's funny because the people call it a TBR killer, and it kind of is and it kind of isn't, because people who get obsessed with it, they read it all in one go. Like they read it in a single shot. I know Orion, who was in your Discord for a long time, especially during the Malazan raid.
He's still there.
Orion,
he's one of my moderators.
Orion Supergan. He's read the whole thing.
Yeah, he's the one that was trying to get me to do it, and everyone was like, "Dude, he is not going to like Wandering."
Yeah,
if I'm honest, you're not going to like Wandering In, probably.
Yeah,
I worry that I won't either, and I always try to put off things like that are popular that I just don't think I will like, because then people yell at me when I don't like them, and I'm like, you know what? You knew I wasn't going to, and you still wanted me to read it. So, yeah.
I just hope that it's like Dungeon Crawler Carl for you, where it's the one exception, but we will see.
It's possible, but I got so many things that I want to get to.
I
So
get it.
Definitely not anything that's going to be in the near horizon. But
oh, Evie, how does it feel that the Vanished Birds and the Spear That Cuts Through Water is taking book 2 by storm.
1, Spear cuts through water, and 2, I know how Alan feels now because I'm supposed to be the one, the Simon Jimenez fan. Okay, I'm supposed to be the one recommending people, and now it's getting so big that other people are recommending it to other people, and I'm not getting the credit.
I felt the same way when Daniel.
What's this called again? I missed it. What's this called?
Vanished Birds.
The Vanished Birds is a sci-fi. The Spear Cuts Through Water is a fantasy, both by Simon Jimenez. They're standalones.
Oh, okay. First I've heard of it. So they're taking over.
Hey, Nancy. Patrick just hauled his second copy of Vanished Birds today.
Oh, okay.
You got a second copy? Well, no, I mean he did get the what is it, the hardcover or whatever.
Yeah, he credited you in the video.
I know.
So you got the credit there.
I know. We're supposed to do a discussion when he finishes, whenever he reads Spear Cuts Through Water.
See, we've
got right here, Josh eats books. I guarantee Mike won't like The Wandering Inn. I DNF'd it twice. Fair enough.
So Mike, here's the question I want to ask you. Since you tried Cradle and it didn't work for you, how does One Piece work for you then? Because that reminds me a lot of Cradle sometimes too.
Well, see, in One Piece, they're never like, hey, we got to go rescue our friend. And then they go to rescue said friend. And they're like, wait, we're not going to break you out. You need to stay in there and grind for XP first. That's what Cradle did for me, where I'm like, I just don't understand.
Okay, fair enough. Okay.
So I feel like, okay,
if you're talking about Ethan's crazy.
Well, I mean, I think that like you with One Piece, yeah, they're leveling up, they're powering up along the way. But you know what? They're actually telling me things about the characters. Like he gives more backstory in the first 5 issues of One Piece than Cradle did in 2 books. So yeah, I really endeared myself to the characters in One Piece, whereas Cradle, I was like, dude, lead character could take a face dive off a cliff and I wouldn't have batted an eye. In fact, I actually think he was the worst character in it. So what do I know?
Lyndon takes a while. My favorite Lyndon book is when he's in book 8. And that's because he goes a little insane.
Everybody's like, oh, you got to get to at least book 3. I was like, well, I guess it's an improvement over Malazan. Everybody told me book 6. You know, so.
Hey, I'm still on book 4.
Yeah.
Deadhouse Gates is where it's at. Come on. Chain of Dogs is like the greatest plot line of all time.
I like it a lot. But if you think about it, there's one that still sticks with me. It is Deadhouse Gates. That had the most stuff where I was like, you know, you see that meme of the actor who played Jon Snow, like, you know, when you're trying to think about something, you're trying to enjoy a baseball game, but you can't stop thinking about walkers. That was me with Deadhouse Gates for about 6 months after I read it, just like sitting there kind of like spacing out thinking about it.
Well, that's where like I had a rough
experience when I read it.
I had a rough time reading the series. It took me like a year to read, and I was reading nothing else. It was just because I hated reading it so much until I'd get like halfway into whatever given book I was on, and then I'd be really into it. And so I had a rough time. It was years ago, but so many plot lines really stuck with me and still.
I need to get the second book.
So.
Hey, Andrew, I got the second book.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
No, Jeremy only likes me because I like Red Rising. That's the only reason me and Jeremy are amigos, because we talked about Red Rising a lot first. Yeah, I know, Nico. At this point, it's like if you like something, I'm surprised. So I've got that.
What? I like most things. That's one of the.
Since I've done the stream, I think I've named 3 series, and you've this.
There's technically been another one. I just didn't say it.
No, well, I mean. So it's not like I'm just pulling this out of nowhere.
Yeah. Nico's a little like me. We're all, you know, a little DNF.
Race to DNF, yeah.
Well, I'm trying to strong arm Nico into DNFing more. He's always just like,
Nico, I need you to look at the screen real quick because you're going to be hopefully very excited about this. You probably won't.
You finally realized that the last Realm of the Outerlings book is terrible. Oh, I've been waiting for this day.
I will end this stream right now.
Okay.
Evie, I don't know if you know, but I'm doing this right now.
Ooh, how is that?
Like I said, I'm reading
what
it at the same time
as
Shogun, and Shogun's kind of overshadowing it. That's not really fair. But right now, it's like, I don't want to say the character's name, because apparently when I say this character's name, people are like, that's a spoiler. But there's a character that's just like, oh, this character's going to get away. Oh, nope, they're going to get caught. Oh, it's going to get away. Nope, they're not. Hey, they're going to get away. Damn it, will you just let this character get away already? That's kind of what the first like 200 pages have been. This character's going to get away, but not quite. So
Nico, I'm gonna start it hopefully next month.
I have no Janie words.
I've read
Oh
the
my
first
God.
14%.
Follows me on
Cycle of
Twitter though. So
Mike, I will say, since you know, Malazan is like the only comparable series to Wars of Light and Shadow, but Wars of Light and Shadow is more deeply focused on a smaller cast of characters. But in scope, in the world, it's the only thing that compares. So
he doesn't. They don't sock you with a new cast every single book.
no, it doesn't, and it's great. It's my favorite. It's literally its Unseated Wheel of Time for me is my favorite of all time.
Wow.
It is amazing. And this was, To Ride Hell's Chasm. I actually just read this, so I wanted to finish the big series first. And this is probably one of my favorite, if not my all-time favorite standalone of all time. Like the only thing I can think of that's making me question if it's an all-time favorite is The Count of Monte Cristo, because I love that book so much. But
that's what I want to either read and watch the anime for.
There's an anime for Count of Monte Cristo. Of course there is.
I was about to say, what?
Yeah, oh yeah, no, it has fantastic animation. It feels like you're on a drug trip. It's fantastic.
That's
What?
interesting.
Oh yeah, I'll send you a screenshot.
Oh, yay.
But Evie, I hope you love Hell's Chasm. I don't think you've read other works, so like give it time because it takes a little while to get used to her prose.
Yeah, Joanna told me that I needed to read it solely because of the horse girl aspect to it. So I was like, all right.
I got 14% in, and then I went, ooh, squirrel.
Yeah, that's not really surprising though. I wasn't expecting you to make it through.
Horse girl aspect. You wanted the horse girl? Is what you're saying?
Listen, Mike
horses
just
are
recently
prominently
read
featured.
enough about horses, okay?
Well, okay. They're the horse girl
Horses.
manga I know about.
This is the back.
Got ya. Okay.
Horses are heavily featured in here, and
Okay, so it's like warriors, but instead of cats,
reference.
horses. Okay.
And I am
all
a
the pretty horses this month. Does that count? All the pretty horses?
No, I was making a joke about Speaks the Nightbird and horses.
Oh, I didn't know what you're talking about. Okay. Yeah, no. Still too soon. That's one of those where everybody's like, oh, wait till you get to this chapter, you know, and it's just like, okay, I know something fucked up's going to happen. I didn't think it was going to be that fucked up. Yeah.
So one thing to prepare about Matthew Corbett, so far in the first 3 books, each book has one of those chapters.
I think that was McCammon saying, like, a lot of people make a comparison to Stephen King, but I don't sell like Stephen King. What do I need to do? I need to put something stupid fucked up like Stephen King will put in his books.
I read The Dark Tower when I was like in high school. It's still one of my favorite reads of all time. I love Dark Tower.
Oh, nice. So Brian, for whatever reason, it's either genius or it's folly. We'll find out when he does the final reveal. He decided to do a video where he asked a bunch of booktubers for their DNFs. And then he's like, that's going to be my January TBR. So mine was Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe. So I hope you like it.
Who writes
You were so excited for that book too.
I was. It's Alex White.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to put Josh's comment on the screen really quick because I am so happy right now. Yes, I've been saying it for years. I'm actually I just started a buddy read right now. I'm doing a reread. It's been a few years, and I'm still loving it.
Yeah,
Crown of Stars is so good. Kate Elliott is tragically underrated, especially this series. So good.
Are you gonna Vanna White your Kate Elliott books that are right beside you?
Hey Nico, where'd you get those?
The art is terrible. Don't judge them by the cover because they're not good. I don't know why all of the art is bad. The audiobook covers are actually worse, and I don't understand it.
I can confirm.
They're so bad. The books are really good.
What are you talking about? I actually like those covers. I like the style. Yeah.
Did you see this one really close though?
Yeah, it's very pulpy and very campy, and I love it.
I don't know. They're not great, but a lot of people like see it and they think it's going to be terrible or romancy, and it's like
I love the first book. The second book
is like perfect.
It got very uncomfortable for me.
Book 3 had a lot of content that I'm not a fan of, but book 4 was like my favorite of the series. So, but yes, I love Crown of Stars so much. So I'm so glad to see somebody else.
You're not alone. Perry loves it too.
So, yeah. I don't hate it. I just don't think it's great, and a lot of people hate it. Prince of Dogs.
First live stream
not great though.
Was Crown of Stars. with Nico. It was just us rambling about
It's
King's
still
Dragon,
out there.
completely unstructured. It might. Is it on my channel or yours?
No, it's on mine, and I never delete anything. You want to see a terrible video? Oh my god, the quality on both of us is so bad.
Filming with the potato, I take it.
There you go,
Like
Nico. You got your
crappy
revenge.
webcams and
Oh god, it's
god,
awful.
it's so bad. Andrew's wearing like a headset for work or something. I don't even. I was probably also using a work headset. I don't even know.
That was my first live stream, I think. I'm fairly certain.
Dude, my first videos, like the audio didn't even match my lips when I talked. So you guys couldn't have had them that bad, honestly. And I hate that so many people still watch those Wheel of Time videos from when I first started, because I'm like, I don't want that being someone's first introduction to the channel, because I still get comments in those videos that say shit like, get a new microphone, bro, or get a better camera, bro. And I'm like, watch a new video, bro. You know, so yeah, videos from 2019, they look like they're from 1819. I get it.
My first videos of
you could re-record them.
I am no, absolutely not.
You could literally just transcribe it and then just make yourself silent so it doesn't match, but the audio will be immaculate.
Call it like a remake, yeah. Do a remake.
Redub. Shot apparently watched that live stream, Nico. Oh goodness. I had fun during that live stream, but I tried to go back and watch it recently, and it is rough.
Dude, I watched my first book haul video. I think I already told you this about like a year ago, and literally it looks like I'm in a cave and I'm like by candlelight or something, because all I was using was like the light from my outside window at the time.
My first, I did a ton of videos with just audio of me talking and like a background, and that was it. And then I realized, you're supposed to actually be on camera.
Yeah. See, I came up with podcasting, so I used to do that, and then wondered why I wasn't getting any views on YouTube. You know?
Yeah.
I wonder why.
I made videos for like 6 months, no views at all. And actually, Slowly Red found my channel and shouted me out, and I doubled my subscribers from like 25 to 50. And he was one of
that 25.
He was. But then I started doing videos. So my oldest videos are it was COVID. I hadn't cut my hair or shaved for a year, so I looked like a deranged wizard. I was using a terrible webcam. The lighting's bad. I had one shelf awkwardly behind me.
I'm looking this up after we get off.
Well, and the worst part is my earliest videos were summaries of Stormlight, and they still get views to this day and are some of my most popular videos. And so I can't even take them down because I'm like,
right. That's why I said my Wheel of Time ones, I'll still get people like, hey, I watched every one of these after I finished the Wheel of Time book. It was like I was reading along with you. I'm like, I'm glad people are still enjoying it, but God, I hate that people are still watching those.
I privated a fair few of my early videos. I can't unprivate them.
I've deleted a bunch of like my really, really long ones, that weren't getting like any views. I mean, they were like over 2 hours or something. I deleted some of those.
My tags, I did a lot of tags early on, and those just don't perform anymore.
Yeah,
really doing tags
last
anymore.
couple I only did because it was someone that I loved them, and so I said, sure, I'll do that for you. But yeah, tag videos don't do nothing.
Yeah,
they do even worse than reviews now. So
they were good at the time for when you were like just starting out.
Yeah,
because you could kind of interact and inject yourself in the community.
Shut up, Brian. That's what I was talking about. People like you that start their YouTube and they got perfect audio, perfect video, perfect lighting. Yeah, get out of here.
Great idea. Zany hits 1,000 subscribers in like 6 weeks.
I mean, it's easy to do when you take a bump of coke before you do a video. I love you, Brian. But I mean, what else are you going to do in Minnesota?
Minnesota? Yeah. Hey, I'm a Minnesota boy.
Is that where you're at, Zach?
Your football team disappoints you every year. I mean, come on.
Oh, jeez.
I love Brian.
John's talking story is even worse, though. God, he to have the ultimate cheat code of having your son.
John cheated.
Yeah, he cheated. Has a kid who specializes in this stuff. I was like, this is.
He sent his kid to college, and then said, "Well, you're still living here. Here's what you're gonna do for me."
And almost like at 3K probably. He was at 2.5K like just a few days ago.
Who was?
John.
At 2,500?
Yeah.
Oh wow, he's flying.
Yeah, I was teasing him like, oh, you're gonna overshadow us all in like 6 months.
Well, I used to always go to Theo had perfect audio and perfect lighting when he started, but Theo just don't make videos anymore. So
Yeah, he got really busy. That's
easy to burn out, man. It's really easy to burn out.
Yeah, that's one of the hardest things about
especially if
being
you're
a
obsessing
content
with the
creator.
audio quality and
Is
camera
just
quality
watching channels you love burn out. Because, like, I mean, it's a community. These are your friends, and something like I haven't heard from Theo in a while. Like, I hope he's doing okay.
We still message on Instagram every once in a while, but yeah,
I'll have to reach out to him.
See, I'm the one who I'm totally fine with not my channel not really growing, and I'm very lazy with quality for like audio and video and lighting, and it's like, it's whatever.
As someone whose only regular content is tier ranking videos, their reads from the previous 6 months, I don't care. So
yeah,
I mean,
I'm a niche channel, and I'm okay with that. I have a core audience that likes what I do, and I'm cool with it.
Josh wants to start a YouTube channel. Do we have any advice for him?
Good. I told him to like a year ago. I'm glad he's finally considering it.
Oh, what do you want
My
to
advice is don't just start with one video. Get a backlog of about 5 videos and throw them all up at once. Or your first batch.
You should have told me that, Andrew.
It's hard advice to follow.
It's never going to be perfect.
It's never going to be perfect. But if you give people 5 videos, then they can binge through that really quickly, and then you can start a regular upload schedule.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's really easy. First, to say, hey man, these are my favorite series. These are my favorite books. These are my favorite authors. Videos like that, I think. Good starting content. And like Matt said, tag videos do very well for new booktubers because it's kind of like a hey, welcome to the party. So.
Yeah, and I'm not very big to talk about Crown of Stars, and I will shout the heck out of you. So
there's the new.
Or apparently, just talk about Wheel of Time because apparently that's what got me on the map.
Well, you did it at right the perfect time because the show was I believe, had just gotten announced, so people were getting interested in it, and and
everyone was home.
Sweet spot.
Yeah.
Hit that.
I did my Wheel of Time videos during my reread, and no one cared about them at all. But I'd always wanted to do a discussion for every single book, and so I was happy that I did. I even did one for Crossroads of Twilight. It was there.
Oh, I remember those. Yep.
Not only did I do one for Crossroads of Twilight, but I said it's not that bad. So there we go.
It's just boring.
It's just Jordan wasn't ready to end the series yet, and there's extra world building. Like the prologue has some great stuff in it, and I still was able to talk. There's not a lot that happens, but it's fine.
I like your terminology for it, Nico, where you called the slog books the expansion books. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's really what it is. Like we slow down with plot, but we're really focusing on world building. And there's a lot of cool stuff that you wouldn't have without the slog books because you get to really expand and it adds a lot. And then
AKA Perrin goes on an angry walk.
Yeah. And that's the plot line that I get tired of.
You want to know when I thought Wheel of Time kind of lost plot and it could have fixed everything is if the Shido had just died when we thought that they all died. I think that's when it would have just been like, okay, that just fixed all the problems that were kind of lingering on here for a few books. Just my opinion. Yeah. But I feel like if he'd just commit to that, I feel like the series would have probably been about 10 books and been just awesome. And he would have finished it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. It got away from him. It was supposed to be 5.
Well, when you have a wife as your editor, you can kind of just get by with anything and everything.
Oh, they knew he was gonna go. He told them like a trilogy, and Tor gave him a 6-book deal because they're like, "There's no way he's gonna do it in a trilogy."
That's true.
But then he was making so much money for them too. Do you think they're gonna tell him no? Stop writing books in the series. Yeah. That's the most popular thing being published by us. No. So I mean, it was just he could and he wanted to keep writing and just wasn't ready to end it. And, I totally get it.
One Piece is very much like the Wheel of Time, because Oda was eventually going to have One Piece be 5 years, and now it's been like 20 plus years later.
Yeah, Oda keeps going and going.
So does that mean when he said, "Oh, okay, he's actually writing the ending now"? Does that mean he's full of shit? Has he said this before?
No. So he hasn't said that before, but the ending arc is still 4 years long.
Yes.
At least if there is an end in sight.
Well,
yeah.
I'm writing the last thing now, but it's going to be 4,000 issues. You know. So.
When did the arc, when he said we are officially at the halfway point of One Piece? I think that came out like 10 plus years ago now. So
yeah. It was a while ago. Philip's in the house.
Philip.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat. My apologies. Hello, Philip.
Also, Anita's here too. So, Anita.
I said hi to Anita earlier. She knows what's up.
Okay, cool. On that note, since she's acknowledging me, I'm actually going to. I just wanted to stop in, bulldoze my way into this conversation, say hi, congratulations on 5K, and then drop. But I stayed longer than I planned. So, but congratulations on 5K.
See, once you're leaving, they're all going to pile on me about Realm of the Elderlings, and that's not cool. Because they're scared of you. They're not scared of me. So.
Oh,
well, yeah.
Have a good night.
Pile away. I will stay.
No, okay. Listen, Edie has actually threatened me with bodily harm, and she has my address.
True. Facts indeed.
She might have mine. Now that I think about it,
So next time I move, I will feel more safe.
I mean, I feel like Derry being disappointed in us is worse than Evie being angry at us.
I still got a Christmas card from Derry.
It's what is it? The I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
That's what Derry
Derry's
did.
the disappointment. I'm the mad. So.
Where is it?
Oh, jeez.
I didn't get a Christmas card from Derry, but I got a Christmas card from Gianni Wirtz, designed by Don Mates.
I got that as well.
Oh, that's cool.
It's got a cheeky thing on the back. It's quite literally cheeky.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's Don Mates designed, which is cool too.
I need a straw hat hoodie. That's what I just figured out I need to do.
A
Nico,
straw
you gave me
hat
ideas. Yes, because I just realized it would look good on camera.
Fair enough. I just realized that Philip was writing a standalone follow-up. Did I hear that
Yes,
correctly, Philip?
I did hear about that. Yep.
I'm only wearing a sweatshirt because I'm only wearing an undershirt under this because I got off of work and didn't want to put a regular shirt on.
Yeah, you see, and I'm just as lazy.
I literally woke up in these clothes. Don't talk
I've
to me
noticed
about
you wear
lazy.
that one a lot.
I didn't want to, have this be too risque by showing off too much chest hair. So
This
if
is a
you
family
speak of the
show,
devil, he
Nico.
shall appear.
Ah, look.
What's up, John?
It's the one who will overshadow us all in like 6 months.
Yeah, he's got the cheat code. He's got the sun on lockdown. Man's a monster. He's so good. Don Matz is a legend. Don Matz did the art for... Where's my special edition? Up here. For Magician.
The next Dan book. I love that art so much. I love classic fantasy art.
Well, you got the original hardcover. I sprung for the incredibly over expensive one.
Well, see, and that's why I didn't though, because it's the same art on the one that I have that I love.
But mine's got leather on it.
Yeah, but mine cost me like $10 at Half Price Books. So.
Yeah, you've got me beat there.
Oh, that's a childhood book. I have that book from my childhood, that Magician book.
Good, hold on to it. It's good.
That's great. I'll note too, though, that Janny does all of her own artwork for her books. Here's some cool Janny art.
Yeah, I've got a piece of Janny's art over here.
Oh,
I would turn the camera around, but you would see A, the litter box, B, all my packing materials from my Pango bookstore, and see all the books that are on my Pango pile.
And then people will probably yell at you.
Yeah, probably. Well, luckily, most of the spines are facing away, so I wouldn't get too yelled at.
Where's a...
Anyways, I'm going to drop. So, again, congratulations on 5K.
Bye, Evie. It was good meeting you.
Good meeting you too.
See you, Evie.
All right,
bye, Evie. I think that's the first time I haven't gotten yelled at when talking to Evie.
Well, that's because we literally shied away from the Room of the Galleries talk. We didn't take the jabs.
Yeah.
It's always a fun time.
I'm excited to listen to Alan narrate an audiobook.
Yes.
So I'm hearing it's good.
That he's having a hard time with it. What happened?
He was having a hard time with it in the summer because of his back, I think.
Okay, so it's a physical thing. Okay.
Yeah, and
then I did a 2-hour audiobook and that tore my ass up. So I can't imagine reading Philip's books. So.
Yeah, and then he was really hyper focusing on all the voices and stuff like that. But he's got it down now, and he said that it will come out soon. And then the second one will be way faster because he's got all the voices down now.
Nice. And HC, it's number 60.
I am. I see. I
always cry about how the authors send me nice. HC didn't send me no hardcovers.
I bought them.
They weren't. Oh, never mind.
I bought them. I spent my own money.
I'm just gonna shut the fuck up then.
I still, the one up I had over Andrew is an author sent me hardcovers of his trilogy.
Yeah, Michael R. Miller. Yeah, just rub it in.
I didn't even know. I didn't ask for hardcovers.
He sent me another hardcover this week.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
Andrew got
like, everybody else got. I'm not mad at Michael. I think it's funny that everybody got all 3 of the books in hardcover, and then I got the first 2 books in paperback.
Did you read them?
Huh?
Did you read any of them?
Nobody else did.
I read book 1, so I guess that's why I stayed on the mailing list.
I mean, I got mine not that long ago, and I told him Q4 at the earliest, so I'm still within my time frame.
Nico got them a week or 2 after I did.
HC, he was giving me a hard time because Christopher Brenning, who Andrew's been the champion for, he's the one who actually introduced us, sent me a nice naked hardcover of his first book. And Andrew's like, what the fuck? So I was just kind of bringing it up. He's always giving me a hard time about how authors send me nicer stuff and they send him. So I thought it would be, my moment to say, well, I didn't get a hardcover.
You may have gotten the hardcover, but I got the blurb.
No, it's all. I still haven't read it, so you should be salty about that one.
I got the blurb, so I'm happy.
Oh, you got a blurb, nice.
I've got a few.
I've got Hellborn King on my list this year. So.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't read that one yet either.
It'll tickle your grimdark soul.
I'm hoping because Christopher's an awesome guy. I love chatting with him. He's really
cool. Yeah.
He's so beard awesome. Goals. He's beard goals for sure.
I got to help him with his cover reveal for book 3, which is coming out like. Say what?
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm speaking of grimdark. I'm planning to do Malice and then continue on with the first Law series. That's my plan because I'm here. Good things from
This Is the Way.
Both of you. Yep. Yes. Good. Mandalore. Yes.
I'm half and half on those ones.
I know.
I mean, same.
I just apparently we're cursed to. Like Mike is going to think I really do hate everything. I really am a positive channel for the most part.
It's like tell me you don't like my channel without telling me you don't like my channel.
we do have very different tastes because I also don't like King. I get why people do,
and I love
style.
This is like when I talked to Murphy Napier, and we don't like any of the same shit, like anything.
Yeah, I have a lot of people I interact with who I actually just had Jake, the Bookish drummer, for those who know him. He just commented on my top 10 of the 2023 video, and he's like, "All right, let me find out which 10 books I should stay away from," just because we also have really opposite taste, and so. It's always just kind of fun.
That's okay. I get told at least once a day I can't take your opinion seriously anymore because you didn't like this one book that I like. So
I literally just got one of those. I can't take your Chanel seriously with the wrong your because you don't like this book. And I'm like, okay, guy who's never commented on one of my videos and made his account 2 months ago. Cool.
I've read 2.5 of Brian's books.
I read 1 and that was enough.
Brian
Lee Durfee.
Oh, I've heard good things though. I was planning on reading them.
I read 2 out of the 3. I have actually that was Forgetting Moon was one of my early audio only reviews, and Brian Lee Durfee was one of the only people to ever see that video. and I did not like it. And he sent me a signed copy of book 2 to try. And I did.
He's an amazing individual. He's an amazing man. The man
This
is a
was
character.
my video that had like 5 views at the time. And I did like book 2 better, and I will read book 3, but it's not a priority.
I will probably come back to book 2. I really didn't like almost anything about book 1.
Book 2 is just like he did more stuff. Some of it was kind of silly, but it felt fun. And it just felt like him kind of just doing what he wanted to do instead of trying to do what he thought he was supposed to do. And so I enjoyed it a little bit more. But yeah, Loco's got it, I think.
Loco coming in with the hot take.
I mean, I imagine there'll be some good stuff in the next one. But anyway, I was going to say, Mike, if you want, I will send you a copy of this in paperback. I got a whole box of them. This is like book 7 in Words of Light and Shadow, though. You could technically read it
for 6
on its own to see if you're going to like it if you want it. But I have a whole box of them if you want.
Wait. You're going to send me book 7 to see if I like a series or not?
Jamie said you could start with this if you wanted. It's fairly self-contained. I don't recommend it because it'll spoil some stuff, but you could technically do it. But I have a whole box of them that you can have for free if you want one.
Sure.
You know,
if you see my room, I don't say no to anything. So
I'll have to hit you up on Discord.
Listen, Conjure's Apocalypse is coming your way now.
If anybody on stream wants a copy, I have literally a box of paperbacks. They're brand new, straight from the author.
Mike, don't look that up. Don't look up Conjure's Apocalypse.
I'm not Matt from Broken Bindings talking to me right now. He keeps telling me that I'm going on their mailing list, and it doesn't happen until he keeps trying to figure out what's going on. And I'm just like, I don't know. I gave you my address. I don't really know what else to do. So
it's like he's doing it on purpose.
Yeah, it's funny. So
jeez.
I'm not looking anything up.
Butt cheeks. Oh God.
Where was that comment?
Uh,
It's from Loco. Read Thomas Covenant. He's recommending Thomas Covenant over 5 War Angels.
I also agree because the trilogy is so good. Not for everyone, and I get why some people don't like it. Stephen R. Donaldson, dude, Thomas Covenant, the Unbeliever.
All I did was in a book haul say that I got those books, and people got triggered. I was like, "What the fuck is in these books?" So yeah,
the first book has got
pissed.
So yeah,
a very graphic essay scene.
It's not very graphic. It just happens, and it seems like it's out of nowhere and serves no purpose at all until you read the whole series, and it feels weird to say, but like the books, the trilogy wouldn't be a masterpiece without it. It is there for a reason. It is going to come back. You're going to have to deal with the fact that it happened.
I see. Oh, so like for example, guys, today I talked about the Library Policeman, Stephen King story, and there is sexual assault in it. And I basically got told today that I was glorifying sexual assault. So there we go. You guys got we should start like mean tweets. We should start like a video of that. Like we read our most mean comments. That would be fun, right?
Oh, that could be.
I get so worried. I like gush about.
Just go into the filter.
Lord Fowl's Bane is the first book.
I'm gonna get nothing but hate comments that I'm like.
Sometimes I'll be like, "Oh, I haven't gotten any bad ones in a while," but it says click here to view, and then I click on like, "Oh, damn."
These I also got from Andrew. But
yeah.
Because he bought the series when I recommended it, and of course he never read the series, but I ended up getting his hardcovers, so it worked out. Same with Crown of Stars. But yeah, really good. Prose is super hard to get into as well. I've never read something that I didn't know so many words in, and that includes words. So yeah, it's I do need to read Gap Cycle. I also need to read Morden's Need. I have Morden's Need as well.
Oh, looks like it's me versus Mike tomorrow.
The fact that you asked me how things were going told me that you're not really a football fan. So I just figured that didn't really matter to you, that our teams are playing tomorrow and the winner gets in the playoffs and the loser goes home.
I would be a bigger football fan if the Vikings actually ever won the Super Bowl, but they don't.
You know,
I mean,
Brian, I was really after the quarterback show, I was really pulling for Kirk Cousins this year, and so that's why he got hurt. So I'm sorry, man. It's on me.
if you want to yell at me, Mike, for something, I am a Patriots fan, so
Okay.
have been my whole life.
You can't help where you wait. Are you from that area?
So
there it is.
No,
he's not.
I was born in San Diego, but was never a Chargers fan. Always been a Patriots fan. So
He chose.
I did, and it was also
people
before.
I meet, they're, oh yeah, I'm a Lakers fan, and I'm a Yankees fan, and I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Like, oh wow, how about that? It's weird. I wonder why.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still a fan, even though they've been garbage, and this year has sucked. But I've watched all the games. I haven't wanted to.
Well, so you guys got Bill O'Brien on your staff, and us Texans fans know all about that butthole chin looking son of a bitch. So
I mean, it's better than Matt Patricia calling the plays. Come on.
Oh, God.
I love how this probably sounds like Greek to anybody who has no idea.
I think Andrew has no idea what's going on for sure.
No idea. No, I just finished book 2 yesterday.
So I said, I know I'm probably like the worst follow on Twitter because book people don't want me to talk about sports, and my sports friends don't want me to talk about books. So I'm like, I know I'm a really hard Twitter follow. I get it, because they're like, why don't you have more than 3,000 followers? Like, that's why I have more people unfollow per day than follow. So there you
go. You get blocked on the reg by people you don't even talk to.
I don't know about the reg, but I don't know why I was going through, because look, here's the thing. It's like, a lot of sports fans get annoying, and if they don't shut up, I'll just go and I'll mute them. I'll mute those accounts until it was over. These were Texas Longhorn fans. So after the Longhorns got eliminated from the college football playoffs, I went and I undid it, because they're the Dallas Cowboys fans of college football. It's annoying, especially when you're in Texas. And so I went there, and it showed you, I guess, who had blocked you. And that's when I saw that one guy. I was like, I don't know who this is. I've never interacted with this guy. So it was just weird. But I'm
did 7 Kennings on Audible. Bring me my boy.
Football team.
Bring me my boy.
Free babysitting's over.
Yep. Free babysitting's over. Is he wearing pants?
No, but he has a diaper on.
Okay, cool.
Hi, Nico.
This is my sister-in-law.
This is the free babysitter. Hi.
Well, with that, guys, I think we're going to wrap up.
All right.
So,
hey, man, thanks for letting me crash. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
Thank you, too.
Andrew, congratulations, homie.
Thank you.
Here are all the things I like, Mike, just so you know.
I like your nice Sanderson leather books. If you want to send those along with that other one, that'd be cool.
No, I'm stealing those in March.
Pay for the shipping.
Yeah, Andrew is going to be sleeping in this room, and I'm afraid there's going to be nothing left. So,
you're going to have to bar it. And like, no, you're not allowed in this room. You can stay in the living room, but not in the book room.
You gonna make me sleep on the couch? All right, guys.
Have a great night.
Bye.
All right. Have a good one, guys.